Hey, this is Jason Hopkins with the Daily Caller News Foundation. As you can see here, we are at the border in Yuma, Arizona. We are looking at some newly constructed wall. I think they said this is about 30 feet high. This is some new high-grade wall that they're putting up all across the border. Yeah, it doesn't really look like you can get through that, so this is actually very, very deep. So it's very sturdy. There's no knocking this down. See here, it's got the anti-climb panels at the top to make it even harder for anyone to get to the top and pass over. Now those are just anti-vehicle walls, but they're going to replace that with these 30-foot high anti-climb walls. And right behind me, they are going to weld a plaque onto here to commemorate 100 miles of wall built since the beginning of the Trump administration. A lot of progress, a lot of things are happening, and we're here to check it out. Actually, in just a few minutes, we're going to see DHS Secretary Chad Wolf speak about the event. I have some snipers right behind me. They're looking down, ready to shoot if necessary. I got a few minutes to spend with Chad Wolf and pick his brain about the wall. Here's what he had to say. What would you say is the biggest obstacle right now with the administration, DHS, trying to get miles of walls completed?
So I think one, the president has been very successful in getting the funding for the department and for the Corps of Engineers to build the wall. So from that perspective, we continue to engage Congress on additional funding for the border wall system. But as we stand now, we do have ample funding to build that. We have different challenges along the border, depending on where you go. In Texas, in the Rio Grande Valley, it's about land acquisition. A lot of that land is in private land, and so we have to go through a court process to acquire that land. Other land, like we're standing on today, is owned by the federal government. Much easier to build on that land.
Do you see anywhere where a wall's gone up and you maybe had some skeptics or just opponents that have actually seen how it's helped their communities and they've been more receptive to the concept?
Building an effective border wall system has been a bipartisan issue for going back 20 years. It's only under this administration, this president, that Congress has freaked out and said it doesn't work. A number of our opponents that have been on record saying it does work.
Illegal aliens should not be treated the same as people who entered the U.S. legally.
We cannot allow people to pour into the U.S. undetected, undocumented, and unchecked.
We've got to do more at our borders, and people have to stop employing illegal immigrants.
That's why our administration has moved aggressively to secure our borders more by hiring a record number of new border guards, by deporting twice as many criminal aliens as ever before.
Where an effective border wall system, not that is not effective, but where an effective border wall system goes up, illegal apprehensions go down. And again, we are putting the border wall system in priority locations that is very difficult for Border Patrol to patrol. And so what we're trying to do is put the border wall up to push illegal apprehensions to areas that they can patrol, that they can apprehend and interdict folks and the like. So that's our goal, that's our strategy, and it's working. It's just a great accomplishment. And, I hear all the time and from critics and the like, they're like, you guys aren't building a wall. Like 100 miles of this has gone in. So if you look back, this is 2 miles of a 5-mile segment. 100 miles of this has gone in. We've built more miles in the first 3 years of this administration than the previous 8 years all combined. You kind of line up what we did in the last 3 years, what the president has done using military funding to jumpstart that when Congress chose to just play politics with the wall. It's really remarkable.